What's up, guys? Crazy Black 108 here, and I'm back with another video. I'm here to do the first in a long overdue series for the channel, and by long overdue I mean like over 10 years overdue. Something I want to do for a long time, but I just haven't been able to do because part of it was moving for college, and like it's just crazy to think how much time has passed on this channel with you guys. But I digress. Let's just get right into it because it's going to be a long video. I want to show you guys my entire Star Wars collection in different ways. Today, what we're going to start tackling first is showing all my individual single issues of Star Wars comics. Now, this is going to range all the way from the original Marvel run to the Dark Horse era, and then into the current Marvel era of Star Wars. And honestly, I have no clue in which order, because some of these bins and tubs I keep my comics in are marked, other ones aren't, so it's kind of hard to say and kind of hard to tell. With that being said, though, I do want to show you guys, geez, these are all heavy, how I store my comics. I'm grabbing this one because it's empty, and otherwise I'm not strong enough right now to be able to hold this. I really need to get back in the gym. But I use these vaults, like lock them up, letter legal locking file chests. This is how I store my comics. And I store them like this because I think these things are supposed to be like fireproof. And my dad, he started storing my comics like this at one point, and I was like, you know what, that's a pretty cool way to do it. So I've done it that way ever since. So what I'm also going to be doing in this video as well is I'm going to be changing up how I store my comics and moving forward, and I will show you guys an update to this video in a sense later, once I've already done that change around for how I store the comics. But again, with that being said,
so in case anyone's wondering what's actually happening right now, I'm just going to skip ahead of a lot of the stuff that I filmed because no one cares to see that. Let's just get to the actual comics. Here you go.
All right, so bam, now we in the zone. Let's go ahead and open this up. So this is one of my older ones. You can see my dad sometimes spills some stuff on these things, as you can tell, but that's all right. So inside this box, I have some things some cardboard stuff that I kept simply just out of a place of, like, you know, I want to hold on to these because I like to collect some boxes of some of the things. So this is back when the original trilogy came out in their individual home video releases. This was the Walmart exclusive set that came with A New Hope, Empire, and then Return of the Jedi. But each of these came with a comic book graphic novels of them, which were all using the Marvel Comics run for it. So yeah, that's cool. But inside here, as you can see, is some non-Marvel, non-Star Wars comics, being Spider-Man, but also there's mainline Star Wars stuff in here. Other thing I've come to learn and find out is that, like, you know, I've been setting the comics up in here like this, but I want to start standing them up like this, so that because from what I can understand, this may, even though I have them in sleeves and stuff, this may not be the best thing for them. But again, that being said, let's just take a look at what we got in here. So outside of Star Wars, you know, this is Spider-Man. We're not really going to worry about that. But this over here is Dark Horse. When it was in its last period of doing, doing Star Wars comics, they started a new mainline Star Wars comic, which I never really read much of. This was the first issue, though, one of the, you know, covers for it. In here as well, we have the original Star Wars, based on the original Star Wars screenplay. This is something else that Dark Horse did towards the end of its run, which I thought was pretty cool. The Star Wars, I don't know if I have this whole run, but this is the first issue, second issue. I got two of the second issue, I guess, and the third issue. At some point, maybe I should go and finish that run. I'm probably going to go and tape this back up. But yeah, there's that. Okay, let's see. We should have them about all the Marvel comics. Here are those individual ones I was talking about earlier of A New Hope, Empire, and then Return of the Jedi. So that's pretty cool. Now for the mainline Star Wars comics. So look, you have issue 1. I don't really know exactly what printing this one is, but obviously it's not in like fantastic condition or anything like that. But this is the very first Star Wars comic book that was ever made, which is pretty cool, you know. Again, here's another issue 1. This one's in much better condition, but you can very clearly says reprint right there. This has the issue 1 cover, but this is where they collected like the first couple issues, I think the first like 3 issues, into one giant issue. So that's why it's 64 pages. But again, I digress. You have that. Here's Star Wars 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and with issue 6, that concludes the original run of the Star Wars story told in the comics with Marvel. And the other cool thing about this as well is that after this is when we get really our first expanded universe content, because this is where it kind of all begins from here. So you have issue 7, 8, 9. I don't have 10, I have 11. Some of these have the price that I paid for it when I got it. It's like this was $10 when I got this one. I really like the yellow on here. It looks really great, which is awesome. Issue 12, 14, 15, 16. If I'm not mistaken, this is Valance, I think. It's been a long time since I read the Marvel run, and I forget some of the storyline stuff. 17, 18, The Empire Strikes, which is funny because then Empire Strikes Back would end up being the title of the next movie, you know. 19, issue 21, 25, 26, 27. That I'm pretty positive is Valance, because yes, Sinister Cyber, Return of the Hunter. Yep, that is Valance. 28, 31, Return of Tatooine. 32, the colors on this issue still look pretty great. Same with this one. 34, 37, 38. And now with that, I'm going to grab all these so I can kind of clear out some space in here. That ends all of the run between the launch of A New Hope and the going into Empire Strikes Back, because now, here you are, Empire Strikes Back, issue 40, 41, or issue 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. I always love this cover a lot. This is dope. And now we're back into Expanded Universe content in issue 45. So now these I'll kind of leave for later, because I'm going to grab what I have here and start from the annual, and then keep going and counting with you guys. Here's Star Wars King Size Annual 1, Annual 2, and Annual 3. I forget the order in terms of like canon stories of how that goes, but you know, whatever. Issue 49, The Last Jedi. You know, it's funny how, you know, it's like poetry, it rhymes, right? 51. This is issue 58. 59. 61. 68. 70. 71, The Quest for Han Solo ends here. Pretty cool. 77. 78. Now, issue 80, if I remember correctly, is the last issue that takes place before Return of the Jedi. Because then after issue 80, you go into the Return of the Jedi adaptation, but Return of the Jedi's adaptation was done as a limited series. It was not part of the main line. So you have issue 1 for Return of the Jedi, which, yep, I have 2 of these, so they're back to back. Issue 2, issue 3, and issue 4. And then that's everything to Return of the Jedi. And then from there, you have, here's issue 86 for me. So I had issue 80, and obviously I'd missing, like, you know, I have 2 86s. Not exactly sure as to why. Issue 88, Lumaya, I forget how to pronounce her name, but she was a villain that was created from Shara Bay, if I remember correctly, which was a love interest for Luke that was in this original line of Marvel Comics, and then eventually came back up in the expanded universe because, you know, that's how it used to roll. Issue 90, The Choice. 92, Luke and Vader. 93. 94. Here she is again versus Luke. 96. This is the first time, not the first time, but the light whip was her weapon of choice, which is, you know, an alteration to like a classic lightsaber. 97. 99. Issue 100. That's pretty cool. 103. 104. I don't have 105. Here is 106. And then the last issue, 107. So yeah, that concludes all Marvel's original run on Star Wars in terms of what I have in my collection. Again, obviously it's not complete, but it still is a pretty cool thing. Also, I look ridiculous, don't I? All right, anyway, let's keep going. So, other comments in here that people don't really care about, some Battlestar Galactica, cool, whatever. We're gonna put that over here. These, sitting right here on top, these are from the comic packs that Hasbro used to do, where they would release a pack of figures, a 2-pack of figures and a Star Wars comic book issue. So that's Star Wars issue 1, issue 2, issue 3. All right, so continuing with that, let's just do another comic pack issue. Here's Heir to the Empire. If I'm not mistaken, this came with a Luke and a Mara Jade, which is pretty cool. All right, so now here's where it's kind of like randomized. I really don't know what all is in here. I really don't know exactly how it's organized. So bear with me, okay? We have a Jedi Council issue. This is a DF exclusive, so that has a certificate here in the back. Pretty cool. I've never read the Jedi Council Acts of War stuff. Thought about reading it at some point, but it's never been like a main focus for me. Actually, I do know how these are going to be separated. This pile is going to be all the Star Wars Empire run from Dark Horse, and this is going to be all the Republic run from Dark Horse. And this is going to go in backwards order, but that's fine. And I guess I'll just stack them over here to the side. So this is Republic issue 83, 82, 81, 80, 79, 78. Love the art and a lot of this stuff. Ross, I forget, but the artist Ross really did a great job on a lot of the art for the Star Wars Republic comics. If you're a big fan of Quinlan Voss, this would have been the, you know, where people really fell in love with that character. I was through this stuff, issue 77. Free Comic Book Day from 2005, probably? 2006? I think 2005. The Republic, issue 76. 75, 74, 73, 72. I got 2 of those. Free Comic Book Day. This actually may have been from 2005, and the other one may have been from 2006. Now, Obsession. This was a limited run of comics that led up to the release of Revenge of the Sith that I was obsessed with myself. Because there's really good storytelling parts with Ventress, Dirge, just super cool. So this is issue 5 of 5 of 5, 4 of 5, 3 of 5, 2 of 5, and then 1. Damn, that was such a good, fun comic to read. So we got issue 71 of Republic. This is the issue in which Anakin gets his scar, if I'm not mistaken. Issue 70. 69, 68, 67, man, 66, 65, 64. Now you can see this issue had seen better days, but this is before I started like really collecting comics and sleeving them. But you know, thankfully, so I started doing it eventually. 63, 62, 61. Same with this issue 60. You can see it's really beat up cover, but man, Origin of the Sauce for Ventress, crazy issue. But I love having this. 59, Charlotte Het, is that was his name? Became Darth Krayt. kind of crazy. 58. This is on Jabim. This was the Jabim arc from this comic series that was really interesting. Yep, this is issue 56. I never had 57 as an individual issue, but I had the collection of it, of course. And then here's 55. This was, I think, my first Star Wars comic I had from the Republic line. I may be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure this was it. Issue 50. Yeah, this is back when the issues were kind of thicker, because you can see, look at that. That's a thick issue. $5.99. The Epic Battle for Kamino. 64 amazing pages. Yep, alpha. Prototype, you could say prototype version of Rex. Jedi with a gun with the Clone Wars change everything. That's Quinlan Voss. That's 49. 48. 47. And 46. And if I'm not mistaken, 46 was the first issue where it became Star Wars Republic. I could be wrong. R2 has been known to make mistakes from time to time.
Actually, R2 has been known to make mistakes from time to time.
So that concludes all the Republic series. Alright, so inside here we have a Valentine story. This is about Han and Leia. It's a cute comic, cute story. But rest of what we have in here is Star Wars Empire. So you have Empire issue 40. We're going to work backwards. This is stories that took place between, you know, A New Hope and Empire. And one of the things I do want to talk about in regards to this is that what I always find funny is people complain about the canon reset and rewipe and you know, this, that, and the third. But what I always was of the mindset of was that it's kind of funny when you see people complaining about that. It's like, oh, the canon all fits perfectly. It really didn't. With, you know, Star Wars Empire, Star Wars Rebellion, the Marvel comics, the novels, the couple of novels you had taken place in between, the Star Wars, the other mainline comic that Dark Horse ends up doing. There's just a lot of it was really hard to see how this is all going to really fit within a 3-year time span. And it was especially the same way when it came to the Clone Wars TV series, because a lot of the Clone Wars TV series doesn't necessarily contradict stuff that happens in the Republic comics, but it was, it just wasn't the case, you know. So anyway, Star Wars Empire issue 40, 39, 38. I'll hold them up like this so make sure you guys can see them. 37, 36, 35, 34. This arc was on Jabim as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Trapped on Jabim, 33. Ambush on Jabim, 32. This was a cool thing where, like, telling a story in one era while having another story told in a different era on the same planet. 31. 30. This is on Jabim as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, in the shadows of their fathers. This was fun. 29. I love the artwork of this cover. 29s, 28, 27. I can't remember which trooper it was that Luke ends up becoming, the clone that he ends up working with in this, but that was always a cool storyline. 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Yeah, cover's kind of beat up. 19, 18, 17, 16. Love this cover of Biggs. 15, 14. Cool cover with Vader, but man, you see that? Who would do that? Like, I just remember, like, getting that. I wasn't super upset because I didn't care as much as a kid, but still just annoying. 13, 12. This is cool. They released a lot of, I think she got an action figure, one of the Evolutions packs from Hasbro years back. 12, and then you got issues 11, 10, 9. I don't have, you know, the other ones. but then I have 6, and then I have 2, and then I have 1, Betrayal. So all pretty cool, you know, and that is one bin. It's one bin, and we have been going for how long now? 17 minutes. Whew, 17 minutes. And with that being the case, I think we're going to have to find a way to break this up into different parts, because it's just going to be too hard to just put all this content into one video. But let's do a little magic real quick. Now see, look, we're back, and we have some more stuff, right? Look at that little quick little transition, right? Now, the sad thing is, but the honest thing is, this is where I'm going to split the video up, because I think it's best for you guys to, for us to part ways on things, but leave you wanting more. So what's going to be in the next video, and the part 2 of the collection, is going to be me going through this next bin, which is all more Dark Horse comics. So if you enjoy looking at this first set of Dark Horse comics I have and the Marvel stuff, please make sure to subscribe to the channel down below, and please comment on the video. Let me know what you guys think. I really appreciate the fans out there that will, like tuning in and watching this stuff, and I'm really happy to just kind of share some of my love of Star Wars with people and share some of this collection that I've been amassing over many years. This tub, just so that you know what's coming on the next one, is going to have Dark Times in it, Star Wars Rebellion, okay, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and Star Wars Legacy, along with like Invasion and some other stuff in here. I can tell, I'm not entirely certain, but like here's some Old Republic stuff. But yeah, that's some stuff that I know people will be excited to see and to look at, and hopefully you guys will tune in for the next part. So until then, please like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. And as always, may the Force be with you guys. I'll see you around later. Bye.